Welcome back, adventurers, to some more Neutopia.
Previously, on The Legend of Zelda, the hero must rescue Princess Neutopia from the evil forces of I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah, clearly we've taken too long of a break to actually remember any of this stuff. It's actually been a rough couple of weeks from, there's some cold going around and we both got sick and...
Anyway, we're back. We're back on track. We're gonna rescue this princess and the world and all the children who are locked in the caves and all the old people. Yeah. Are you ready, Max?
I certainly am, because evil is everywhere now that Dearth has captured the powers of the medallions. Under the princess's control, the medallion's power was put only to good use. Our countries prospered from the wealth and happiness that the medallions gave us. Now Dearth controls that power, and he will undoubtedly use it to fulfill his evil deeds. Or his evil ends.
So, I mean, shouldn't the hero, at least, be vaguely familiar with all this stuff this guy's already telling him?
Yeah, they never really say where Jetsita originally came from, but...
Is he just some foreigner who's coming in to save everything? The white wings of return will allow you to fly back to the place of your last password. This can be helpful if your life is low and you're feeling down. Just, don't feel down. Don't feel sad, hero.
So, some of this we already knew from the previous videos. It's nice to get a little bit of review here.
What is that? Is that
that's
a time-stopping spell?
Yeah.
This is one of those games where it always gives it to you, at inopportune times where it doesn't actually help.
There are many hidden rooms in these labyrinths. Use your bombs to destroy the walls. It is difficult to see all the rooms because the crystal ball cannot see every chamber. You must be very clever to defeat all the trickery traps set by the wicked demon Dearth.
Can we just talk about the name Dearth and how it's a terrible name for an evil demon?
What's wrong with Dearth?
Might as well just call him Bob. Dearth? Come on, at least Legend of Zelda gave us Ganon and Ganondorf but Dearth?
Well, D is the first letter of death.
Good enough. Good enough.
Well, yeah, so if you remembered in the last video, I intentionally went to the second dungeon first before
that's
going
right.
into the first because I
wanted. So we're backtracking to the first dungeon now, right?
Yep.
Right.
Mainly because I wanted this bronze blue sword here, and since it's more powerful than the one you start with.
So basically you're saying the boss of the first dungeon's about to get seriously wrecked.
Exactly. I'd like to chit-chat with some of the people. Okay, so this is where you can get some extra bombs. But you gotta pay a little bit of money.
This is cool. We got plenty of bombs from these scorpions who apparently carry bombs.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah, what's unfortunate is that when you look at the instruction manual, they only give out the monsters for this land sphere, but once you go beyond that, you're on your own.
Well, they don't want to just hold your hand the whole adventure, You gotta grow up.
Okay, so this is where the medicine lady is. Yeah, fortunately, this will be a slightly shorter video since it actually took me a little while to get to the second dungeon. I'm actually very close to the first here.
And you're armed to the teeth. You've got the fire wand, you've got the bronze sword doesn't look bronze at all. You've got plenty of bombs you've stolen from these scorpions.
Yeah, I don't really need to pick off these enemies, but I do like the gold.
You never know when you need to buy some extra stuff.
Yeah, eventually I will be buying some extra medicine potions, but when you get further in the game, the prices go up. But luckily, you can go back to previous spheres after you've completed them, so if you wanted to get something cheap, you can.
So you just backtrack to where everything's cheap?
Exactly. Although, you are limited in the amount you can buy, so once you clear out their stock, there's no more.
Oh, wow. So if you really sucked at this game, you could literally just buy out all the shops and end up with no way of buying stuff?
Yep.
Look carefully for the wall with a mural painted on it. Then use your bombs to destroy the wall. A secret opening will appear. Do you like my rugs? You want to buy them? No? Okay.
Yeah, I got no need for a rug. Unless it can fly, of course, but there are no magic carpets in this game. Now, I don't really need to talk to these guys, but I gotta show as much as I can here, since this will be a short video.
On this sphere, there are 2 secret crypts. Make your way through the labyrinths to the crypts. Each of the crypts contain one of the medallions that Death has stolen. Use the special compass to lead you through the maze. Yeah. That guy had 2 flower pots. He's doing well. He's doing well for himself.
What I do like about the sequel is that there are actual towns and houses you can go to, but I guess in this part of the game, everybody has been driven out of their homes, so they all gotta live underground or in these...
Under trees and in caves. It's really tough times.
The key is hidden somewhere in the many rooms of this complex labyrinth. If you don't have the key, you cannot open the door to the crypt of the medallion.
So a lot of this is kind of a review.
That guy never opened his eyes. How did he even know you were there? Well, I guess you did blow up the wall to his house.
Oh yeah, you can hear the little beeping going to let me know that I am near the dungeon that I'm supposed to go to.
The crystal ball can give you a look at the many rooms of the labyrinth. When you enter the labyrinth, find the crystal ball at once and you may see the map. But remember, there are still some rooms that the crystal's map can't show you. Yeah. Can wait to come back? I'm so lonely. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, these guys could be tricky, but I do like collecting the extra bombs and health and money.
So how far are we from this dungeon? I thought we were gonna be there by now.
A couple of screens away, actually. But before I go in this cave,
I wonder which way we should go. Why'd they bother making the rocks point to the right when that's literally the only place you could possibly go? Oh, well, I see there's a little secret
opening here.
Look at that tide. Why don't you rest here for a short while?
And that's my rest. But I'm fully healed now.
Alright then.
So now, I can save my progress. And I am not going to memorize the password since...
That's fine, we've got it on video. If we want to use that password, we can. Oh, you don't have to re-kill him? That's very generous.
Yep, and here's the entrance.
Another fucking time
the
stop
first
that
dungeon
does
I'm
nothing
supposed to go to. You know, I just
Is that
noticed
Egyptian?
Yeah, I just noticed these
aesthetic
little
going on?
hieroglyphics going here.
What is Anubis doing here? With it? Is that Amun-Ra or something? I don't know. This is getting
clearly
weird.
there's some hidden lore to this land that we're unfamiliar
does this
with.
game take place in Egypt? My whole perspective on the game is just shifted. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
There's a good chance that the author may have gotten some of their geography a bit
Geometry.
Mixed up. It's like the guy who wrote Aladdin. He originally thought that China was a Middle Eastern country, which is why the original story took place in China.
Well, you
because
know,
the guy didn't understand his...
it's exotic enough. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sultans and China, that's fine. Flying through this.
Yeah, it's a much shorter dungeon compared to the first one we went to, since I wasn't supposed to go there yet, but...
Max, breaking games since 1987.
Yeah. I mean, I played the first Zelda a little bit, so... I don't want to say that I've never played Zelda before, but... Yeah, Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time... Those are foreign to me.
Max, you've just outed us. Now they know that we haven't played those games.
Yes, we're not true gamers.
I've spent enough hours watching my friends play. I pretty much know how to beat those games.
I have seen more speedruns for Legend of Zelda more times than I've actually played it. So I'm... Like, I kind of know the first dungeon of that game.
The Deku Tree.
Once you get a little further... Yeah.
Wow, what are these things?
Speaking of which, the Angry Nerd recently put out a new video talking about Majora's Mask. I heard that game is a little darker compared to Ocarina of Time.
That it is. It does have some darker tones going on.
Yeah. Since you got that little time traveling mechanic, since you only have 3 days to save the world. Fortunately, I am not timed here.
So how far are we from the boss of this dungeon?
Very close. There's actually a lot of bombable walls that you can use to take shortcuts, but very few of them will lead you to secrets. At least for these first couple of dungeons. Eventually you do have to actually blow up walls to get where you need to go. And I don't think anything is here. Like the cherry.
Ah yes, cherries, the snake's most common food item. I think I saw that on Planet Earth once.
It's also one of my favorite pies.
Are these werewolves? What are these things?
They're definitely wolves. I don't think they're aware since it's not nighttime.
Sheesh.
They just look... And I got the blue bronze armor.
Things just got real, people. Things just got real.
Now I just need to upgrade my shield and I'll be fully decked in bronze.
Is there a chained up dude in every single dungeon?
Yep.
Oh, who are you? Could you be so kind as to unleash me from these wretched chains? I used to take care of this dungeon, but
Was
then
a dungeon keeper like a groundskeeper?
Yep. He's a dungeon master.
I might be holding one of the ancient medallions in the room to your right. You'll have to use a bomb to get through the wall. Find the medallion and free me.
Or set me free, as it
What does the medallion have to do with the chains? Like, can't we just cut or bomb these chains? Like, why? What does the medallion have to do with any of this?
I guess these, like, magically bonded to these chains. And, like, the medallion is the only key to actually free them, I guess.
I accept it without question.
I mean, but then again, why would you need a dungeon keeper?
Yeah, why did Dirth even bother keeping all these old people around? Like, what possible benefit does he have chaining up old people in all these dungeons?
Why would he even hide the medallions in these dungeons?
Yeah, it seems like kind of a liability, doesn't it? Like, it's fine, I've got all these snakes and beetles guarding them. No one could possibly overcome these odds.
I mean, granted, they did have to outsource this hero here in order to take care of everything.
Ah. The gamer in me predicts that we've got a boss through these doors here.
That's right.
If I've ever seen a boss door, that's it.
And just like the Legend of Zelda, the first boss that you encounter in your first dungeon is a dragon.
flexed all their creative muscles for this one.
And just like the last guy, you just attack from the front until they're dead.
Listen to that tune. Yeah.
Fortunately, because of the sword, it doesn't take as many hits as he would normally take if I were to go here first. And our hero, Jetsita, has obtained the prize medallion.
Woo! The game's very generous in just teleporting you here.
This is the passage to the subterranean sphere. Watch out for the evils that lurk.
And we got an extra piece of life force for our valiant efforts.
Yeah!
And because we got 2 medallions, boom! We are opened up to the second sphere. The land sphere has been liberated.
So does that mean everyone's gonna leave their caves now, or?
I mean, you would assume, but for the most part, it just kind of stays the same. But, yeah, we're
making progress. We're making progress.
That's right. I mean, we're moving very slowly, but every little bit counts. So, tune in next time as we venture forth into the subterranean sphere, and
where we will presumably liberate more elderly.
Yeah, and we'll get some more medallions to open up the next path, and so on and so forth. So, what do you make of this so far? I mean, as opposed to Zelda, I mean...
It's still Zelda. I don't care what anyone says. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, and this game is going to be available on the TurboGrafx Mini, which will include both the English and Japanese versions.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, I guess they wanted to cater to the speedrunning community. If you know anything about Japanese text, then...
It's always the preferred method, since you usually can get through the text boxes much quicker in the Japanese versions.
Yes.
Well, anyway, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have another one of these videos up until Christmas. We do have a Christmas special coming, though, people.
That's a promise.
Watch out for it. I just recorded the lines for it. I just gotta edit the damn thing together.
Yep. So he's Carl Asami. I'm Max Cal, and I gotta get something to eat.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Twin Opinion cares about your opinion, and your participation keeps us alive. So share your comments, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. You can also find Twin Opinion on Facebook or visit our website at asamiarrow.com.